Dr. Adam Weissman, who you spoke to me, Dr. Weissman, on Saturday about this winter blues, and you had such an interesting method that we wanted to discuss it again. So thanks for coming on with us tonight. We really appreciate it. And I should say you're the founding president, CEO, and chief psychologist of the Child and Family Institute. You guys do great work. So thanks for coming on tonight. See if you can give us a little bit of advice on how to shake off the winter blues.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, and we
First of
don't
all,
hear you.
thanks for
You
having
have
me
to
on the show,
unmute
Richard.
yourself, I think. Did we test the audio? Maybe we
No.
didn't test it. Hold on. No wonder he was so quiet over there in the corner.
He should be on.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, we're not hearing you, Dr. Weissman. You can
Nope.
hear him? Okay, I can't hear you.
Issue.
So maybe we have an IFB issue. Ah, there you are. Okay. Go ahead now. Now I hear you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for having me on the show, Richard. I'm happy to try to help. About a decade ago, I actually put together a little acronym to try to help us cope with the winter blues, and it's called STOP and COPE. And each letter stands for a different strategy. So for the sake of time, I'll walk us through STOP, and we'll see how much time we get to. But S is the first letter, and it stands for shifting our focus. It's really important when the days are dark and short, and we're focused on the fact that we can't, be at the beach, and we can't be enjoying the sunlight as much as we normally do in the summer months. It's really important for us to think about all the things that we can do, all the things that we can do in the wintertime that can be fun, like connecting with our family, playing games at home, making hot chocolate and popcorn, and having a family movie night, and making sure we get outside a little bit every day. Just
Even
to
if it's
get
freezing. Suck it up.
Even if it's freezing, you got to suck it up. That's right. And T stands for take deep breaths. We got to keep breathing. We got to do some relaxation strategies. My favorite one is called box breathing, where we do, 4 seconds in, slow and smooth through our nose, hold for 4 seconds, and then breathe out slow and smooth through our mouth for 4 seconds.
Oh,
And it actually increases the oxygen in our blood, and it actually increases the tissues and organs can get stronger as a result of that. So we really want to make sure we're breathing through it. And then O stands for open the door and get some fresh air. Really important. So even just hopping in the car and going to the gym and getting in your workout or taking a walk in nature, it's really important that we get that adrenaline pumping and get the endorphins flowing. Probably more so than ever in the winter months when we're pent up inside a lot. So P stands for play a game or do something fun. Again, we really want to take time to play and connect with those around us and enjoy the time that we have indoors, both in our homes, but also going to the museum, going to the mall. If we have kids, take them to the arcade, take them ice skating or bowling, or to go see the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center. Nothing more beautiful holidays New York City. So those are some of the quick strategies that we can do to boost our mood and
Well, that
increase
tree
our
is gone
happiness.
now, so that's out. Oh, well.
That's
Look at me, Mr. Brightside. Keep
right.
going. Keep going.
Okay, yeah.
Some
So
of the
then
B-rolls here.
we have anxious thought busters. So we want to start to work with some of those anxious thoughts that come up. We all have a worry bully. I always tell parents and kids that we have a worry bully, and it visits us and it tells us to worry about things and it tells us to stress out about things more than we need to. And especially in the winter months, our worry bully can be more active. If you think about it, even just during a regular day when the sun is out, we tend to not be that in our heads. We tend to not worry that much. But then at nighttime, when the sun goes down and we're lying in our beds or we're lying with our kids when we're putting them to bed, the worries start coming. What's going to happen tomorrow? All the things start going through our heads. So in the winter months, when it's darker more of the time, we have more worries, and our worry bully or worry monster visits us more. So talking back to those anxious thoughts can be a really powerful tool, and looking at the evidence for and against some of those worries and coming up with more positive, realistic, helpful thoughts can be a really important strategy. N stands for new adventures. I can't think of a better time than the winter, especially January and February, to start planning that spring break or that summer vacation where we're going to be thinking about the beach. We're going to be thinking about a European vacation. We're going to thinking about things that we can plan now for a little bit later, right? When it's going to get nicer. And the beautiful part about this, and the folks at Fox 5 brought this up to me, that December 21st is winter solstice. So we're already past that. That was however many weeks ago at this point. The days are getting longer
We're
every
noticing
single.
it. That we're noticing.
Yeah. We're starting to see more sunlight come in. So there's hope and there's light at the end of the tunnel. And it's a great time to be planning those new adventures. D stands for draw or write. So here's where we want to do some journaling. When we're feeling a little bit down, here's where we want to take out some arts and crafts or some paper and some crayons and express ourselves through art, through music if you happen to play music or sing, and definitely by journaling some of our thoughts from day to day in the winter months can be really, really helpful. And then C stands for close your eyes and imagine your peaceful place. And this is one of those activities where we really can picture that beach scene, or that for kids sometimes
I'm
it's a
thinking of
carnival.
Disney World.
Disney World, amusement park, exactly.
Right.
And we can actually help our kids and do it ourselves, where we go through each of our senses, our sense memory, and we actually can outline what do we see, what do we hear, what do we feel, what do we touch, what do we taste in those scenes, and actually feel like we're there imaginally sometimes when we want to relax and associate with warmer months. So that could be a really interesting activity for people who are more visual and more oriented. And then the last two here are O, which is open up to a parent or a friend. This is true all year round, right? Anytime we're feeling down, it's really important for us to not go inward, but to reach out. And this is true for kids. This is true for men who often bottle up our feelings and don't talk to our friends or family about them. This is true for everybody. And when we're having a little bit of seasonal affective challenges and symptoms going on in the winter, it's a great time for us to just reach out and connect and to talk about what's going on and how we're feeling, and make extra plans, to go over a friend's house and be social, go visit a neighbor, right? Because we tend to see less people walking around in the winter and less general connection in society. So that's really an important one for me. I always say connection is the antidote to a lot of negative behaviors and emotions, including addiction and a lot of depression and a lot of other things. So connection can be really, really powerful. And then the last letter in the acronym STOP and COPE is P, which is actually there's two more. I can't spell today. P is problem solve.
Well, it's a lot of letters. We're still going.
There's
I didn't
a
even know
lot.
we were doing the end.
I wrote this a decade ago. And see,
Well, okay, keep going. We're all learning here. The point is, don't be negative.
Exactly. And this one's interesting because this is like problem solve or prepare, right? So sometimes if there's a snowstorm, right, or a hurricane or something, it could even be in the other, not the winter time. We'll lose power, lights will go off. We won't have access to technology for a period of time. God forbid, if you have kids, you don't have access to your technology. So how do we problem solve and prepare in those moments? And that's a really important thing as well. So do we have a generator? Do we have, matches and candles? Do we flashlights? What do we have to be able to just like see and function? And then what can we do in times like this, again, to connect? Can we do family game nights and actually put technology away for, a night or two, and actually, do other things, read books and get back to the basics of just kind of connection and even some educational activities. And then the last letter, it's a silent E, so it tripped me up. It's exercise. And this is a really
We're doing it
important one,
tonight. We're doing it in a
right?
half hour. Yeah.
There we go. So
Right
in
here.
the winter time, we have to remember that we got to keep exercising. And I am like the worst at this too. Like we tend to re-sign up our gym memberships, like, New Year's resolution style, whatever. But when it's November, December, January, February, we really need to make sure that we don't, even if we don't go to the gym, we're getting up, we're going outside, we're taking short, brisk walks, we're moving our body, we're doing jumping jacks, push-ups, whatever we can to get our adrenaline moving. And again, those endorphins flowing, and feeling good about ourselves. But movement is really the other. Connection and movement are like the two antidotes of the lessons of today. But make sure that we don't lose our good habits in the wintertime. It's easy to do, and just stick to it. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. That's all you really
I
need.
think it's to put a bow on it, it's really not being negative, because it's so easy to find the negativity during this period. I think, we look at everything that's wrong with the weather and just everything. And then eventually, I always find that once you hit Valentine's Day and then you get into winter, like midwinter recess for the kids at school, then you go, like, it gets better.
That's right. Yeah.
So then we hit our stride by the time we get to April.
Right. And then you have more fun things to look forward to. A lot of it's just
I am very affected by the weather, Dr. Weissman. That's what it is. Italians are very affected by weather. I think
Jews
everybody
too.
is.
There we
But
go.
remember you mentioned the happy light, right?
I'm with you. Yeah, I got
Where's the
happy
light?
light.
Show us
here.
the light
I got
before
the
you go.
happy light right here. This
And can
is
you
great.
put it on? What does it do? This gives you natural light.
This
Boy, did I
gives
need
you-
natural light today.
This actually boosts your exposure to light. Now, it's not going to increase your vitamin D because it's not sunlight. You can't really recreate sunlight, right?
Yeah.
But it can increase enhance your mood. It can enhance your sleep and other kind of positive habits that may sort of.
And you just
deteriorate a
keep
bit
that on
over-
in your house.
Keep that on right here at the desk, and you're just getting extra light throughout the dark times of the day, and it's really good for you.
Today,
So,
in New York, we have an overcast sky all day, and our phones aren't working. So you need the happy light at least. But Dr. Weissman, you are terrific, and you give a lot of great advice, and you're helping families and kids, because the kids are very affected by this. I think as parents, we don't realize it, but sometimes they act out a little bit more. I've noticed, and I think a lot of it has to do with not getting outside enough. So suck it
That's
up
a great point,
and get
Richard.
moving, which we will be doing soon. Thank you, Dr. Weissman.
Beautiful. My
Thanks
pleasure.
for joining us
Thanks for
tonight.
having me.
Liv is going to depress us even more when we come back, because she's going to tell us about the weather and a few more things. So we'll be right back here on Newsroom Live.